Welcome to the Personal Perseverance Project. My name is David Atkins, retired New York State Trooper, $1 Million direct sales international business earner, author, and keynote motivational speaker, where each week I come here to help you break through your excuses so you can live a life up to your fullest potential. Let the project begin.
That is my mindset. I operate on a level of excellence, and you guys need to wake up every single day, and you need to operate on a level of excellence and create your masterpiece.
Hello, my friends. It is June 2024, and here we are, another episode of the Personal Perseverance Project. I have to say, for those of you that have been tuning in week after week, for those of you that have sent me private messages, text messages, Instagram messages, who have been listening since the inception of me kicking off the Personal Perseverance Project in January, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for sharing the episode. I just got a message last night from actually somebody that I used to work with in the state police that just said, listening to the episode when you had Richard Mattson, who was the retired state trooper who was in the house on the SWAT team with Brink during the incident where my best friend was shot and killed, and hearing him share the story and how he got through it and the resilience he has. This person said they listened to it twice. Just getting a message last night or getting a text message a couple days ago when I was away with my family at Hershey Park from another person that I worked with that just saying, David, I love listening to your episodes each and every week. And guys, that means a lot to me because when I try to think of what I want to talk about, it's always with you in mind. It's always with what could I give? What can I share? What did I learn and maybe a failure I had? What did I learn in my life up until this point that I can share and serve you so that wherever you are in your life, that maybe you can take away even just one nugget to apply it to whether it's your life personally or professionally so that you can improve. And like I always say, to help you live up to your fullest potential, because isn't that what we're here on this earth for? To take our God-given abilities and whatever they are and to live a life with no regret, to go after our goals and dreams, to go after whatever it is that we have in our heart and our gut. And that's what I really feel it's about. So if I can share and help all of you and make an impact to serve you for the better, well, then that is my goal. And then my job is being done because that's my goal every single day. But this episode is a special one. This episode I want to talk to you about because it really hit me, and it's something that, wow, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know where to start because a lot has happened in my journey over the last couple of weeks. I've had a major aha moment when it came to me preparing and getting ready for a couple keynote presentations that I did over the last couple weeks from in the Carolinas to going to Chicago. I'm going to Vegas in 2 weeks. I'm going to apply. Then I'm going to be in Ohio after that. And I had a major light bulb moment while I was preparing my presentations about something that is such a simple, I'm going to call it philosophy, that I came up with, that I realized was how I faced anything in my life every single day. Not only how I faced, but how going forward, anything I do, anything I want to achieve, anything I'm trying to get better at, I also apply to my life. And that is the philosophy. It's the phrase that I have created so much so. Guys, I believe in this so much, and I can publicly share it now. What I'm going to share with you, this phrase, I believe in it so much that I invested the time to hire somebody to help me through trademarking this phrase. Now, the trademark process, this is like side information. It takes just 8 months for them to get your application on file. But once you file for a trademark, part of the process is the trademark database being searched and making sure that nobody else has it. And then they date and timestamp your application. So at least I know by sharing what I'm putting out there in the open, what I'm going to share with you today, it is something that I so believe in that I had to get it trademarked. That's what I'm sharing with you. Before it's even officially trademarked, I went and got it trademarked. And that philosophy is one decision away. I'll say that again. It's the trademark, it's the philosophy, it's the framework of one decision away. And what do I mean by that? I have realized that no matter where you are in your life, no matter what you're doing right this very moment, you are always just one decision away from changing the direction of your life for the better. You are one decision away from having that tough conversation with maybe your spouse, significant other, or your boss. You are one decision away for drawing a line in the sand and finally saying, you know what, I'm going to go after that promotion. You are one decision away to say, you know what, I'm going to start that business. I'm going to try that side hustle. You know what, you are one decision away from maybe saying once and for all, you're going to take care of your health and wellness. And let me tell you, it's that simple and it's that powerful. And sometimes you need to stop overcomplicating things, because I think that's what happens. We overcomplicate things in life because whether it's we compare where we are to where somebody else is who's been working out whatever it is you want to accomplish for years, and we get stuck. Or we let fear get in the way and we have paralysis of analysis and we don't take that first step. Or we let the negative self-talk say, you're not going to succeed at that. You can't do that. And we get stuck. But you know what? Yesterday's in the past. Yesterday's in the past, and it doesn't matter, because today you have a clean slate. It's a new day, and you are one decision away from doing whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life. And let me tell you this morning, my daughter was getting ready to start her new job, my oldest daughter. And she came in and she said, Dad, did you hear about Amanda Kelly, who's one of her friends? Did you hear about her dad? Her daddy went by PK. And I said, no. I said, I remember her dad because my daughter played softball with his daughter. He always used to come with a cooler of drinks, Gatorades, beer, water. Hey, you want a drink? Want a drink? Such a lively man, such a great man that always would share, would always put stuff for other people first, was so about his kids. He just was a jovial, happy, caring, considerate person. And I heard that he died. He had a heart attack. I heard that his heart was enlarged, much bigger than it should have been. And it made me not only did it make me pause, and makes me think of all the things I speak about. Life doesn't always fire a warning shot, and you got to treat each day as if it's your last, and to go out there and live up to your fullest potential. But it made me think that was another eye-opener for me to say, David, just keep making those single one decisions every single day to move your life forward. Just you're one decision away for something that can change your health for the better. You're one decision away from, let me use this example as I'm getting caught up on my words. This one decision away philosophy came to me when I was reading a book about speaking and reading a book about helping people, creating something that you're teaching people how to think, not just what to do, but why to do it and how to think, and how can you be transformative, not only entertaining in what you're sharing, but transformative. And I just started thinking of my life and said, wow, I remember, 13, 14 years ago when my wife and I were six figures in debt and we weren't the healthiest people. She struggled with losing the baby weight, and I had the typical dad bod, and I just said, we can't live like this anymore. We're living paycheck to paycheck. We were bickering and arguing over silly things, and I just remember it was at that moment it finally hit me that I said, that's it. And I sat Kristen down and I looked her in the eye and I said, we need things to change. And you know what? That was the one decision I made in that point. I didn't think at that point anything beyond building a business or being a speaker or an author, any of those things. I didn't worry about 10 years from now, 1 year from now, 1 week from now. I just need to make the one decision right then and there to speak to my wife. And that one decision got us healthy and fit. And that one decision opened the door to a business I didn't know existed with the fitness company Beachbody, when it just came into our lap about because we were struggling with debt. And we just said, let's pursue this and share what we're doing. And that one decision to go all in on this business led to people asking me to share my story. And that one decision to say yes led to keynote speaking. Do you see what I'm getting at? And that one decision had people saying, David, you need to do this outside the health and wellness industry. And I remember driving to work as a state police captain and, deciding, should I do the scary thing and retire after 22 years, at such a young age when I'm on the verge of getting promoted with a job and career that I love. But I had this thing in my heart, in my gut saying, I feel like God's given me this gift to go out there and share a message of inspiration and hope and empowerment for people to go out there and live up to their life. And I remember I was like, I had that fear, and I just said, I was so close. I made that one decision to do it. And then I had a year when there were no events, and I'm like, I think I need to write a book. And I didn't hesitate. I made that one decision, and I wrote the book, and then it led me to speaking. And here I am now. But the point is this: you're one decision away as well from maybe you taking that first step. For me, that conversation with my wife that led me on this path to where I am today. So when I read this book and I had this aha moment of, oh my goodness, David, your whole life has been a series of one decision, single decisions. And it was always one decision away that I took that step and it changed my life. And then it led to another decision, and I made that one decision because it was only one away. You can't make decisions 4 steps away. You can't make decisions of something that's going to happen a month or 2 months from now. You are one decision away from making the one decision that can start to change the direction of your life for the better. So when I read that, I knew in that moment I couldn't procrastinate. I knew at that moment it hit me. And what did I do? I started testing it out. I started sharing it at my keynotes. My main message of no excuses, which helps people break through fear and adversity to play a bigger game in business and life, that didn't change. But what I did change is saying our excuses up until this point have stopped us from facing fear and adversity. And you know what? You're one decision away from making that change. So it was just a matter of me breadcrumbing in this phrase. And guess what happened? Like, boom. I had people coming up to me in book signings and were like, David, one decision away. I got it. I know what I need to do. One decision away. And it hit me. Like, it came to me. And, I don't know how it came to me. Some people, for me, maybe it was a sign from God or the Holy Spirit. I'm a person of faith. I don't know, but it hit me. And now I'm all in. I am all in on one decision away. And which makes me get to my other point of this message when it comes to one decision away. And it's the 3 things that I really speak on. And I want to talk to you about them. The first is you are one decision away for having that vision in your life, for setting those goals, for having those dreams in your life. So often we just kind of wake up. We go through the motions. We get up. We get our kids off to school or to daycare, and we're running out the door to work, and we're working a ton of hours, and we come home tired, and then we're running our kids around to activities, or maybe you're somebody that doesn't have kids. Maybe you're single and no relationship, and you're waking up and you're grinding and you're putting in all that effort at work because you're at a deadline for a project and you're working long days, and then you get at home and you eat dinner, maybe watching TV or scrolling on your phone, and then you go to bed and you wake up and you repeat that cycle. Your life becomes monotonous. You're doing the same things, but what goals do you have? What dreams do you have? I often like to say when I present, by a show of hands, I tell people, raise your hands. By a show of hands, how many people have dreams in this room? And everybody's hands go up. And then I say, okay, keep your hands up if you are actively pursuing your dreams. And then a handful of hands go down. And I said, all right, now keep your hands up if you have achieved your dreams. And a lot of hands go down, and very few, if any, hands are still up saying that they've achieved their dreams. And I tell them, look around. Look around. I said, you still have a heartbeat. You are breathing fresh air because you are here. In this case, you are listening to me or watching me. If you're watching on YouTube, there's still time. This may be a page in your life. It may be a chapter in your life. It's not the book of your life. You still have time in your life to have that vision, to have those goals. If you're not happy and if you have a tug in your heart, you need to make that one decision, right? Because you are one decision away to saying, that's it. It's time to change, and hearing the story of the dad that, passed away so suddenly from a heart attack, it just made me realize how important the one decision to just get my workout in this morning and the one decision I'm going to do to probably go outside later this afternoon and take 30 minutes just to go run, for a couple of miles. It's one decision. It's a series of one decision. So when it comes to your goals and dreams, stop making it so convoluted. Stop making it muddying up the waters. Keep it simple. You're one decision away from that vision for those goals in your life. The second thing is this. As I take a sip of water, don't mind me. Your mindset. How's your mindset these days? The second thing I really pick up on. Are you negative Nelly right now? Are you constantly playing victim mentality? Do you feel right now you're in a place where everything seems to be going wrong? Listen, I could tell you right now and just share that in a matter of, it seems like a week and a half, our oven that's in our kitchen that it's in a wall, it's a wall oven, the board, the control panel board, that has went. That part was not cheap. We still have to get it replaced. At the same time, the water pressure for hot water throughout our house has been really weak, and we had somebody come over, a plumber come over, and we found out that our hot water tank, it's called a dip tube. It's basically a tube that goes down into your hot water tank, has been disintegrating, and it's plastic, and these particles of plastic have been going and clogging up the hot water lines in the cartridge of your shower handle. So that has went. At the same time with that, our boiler is very old, and that needs to be replaced. It's just that we have multiple things that all of a sudden are coming at once, and you could sit here and say, oh, well, poor me. Why do I have all these expenses and complaining? But you know what? We 100% control on how we react to anything that happens to us. Our attitude is a choice. How we react to problems is a choice. How you show up every single day is a choice. Are you looking at all the negative in the world, or are you looking at the positive? Are you looking about what you don't have or what you do have? Because so often when we're trying to go after our life or trying to improve in our life, we so often look about all the things that we don't have. We're focusing on the negative instead of looking at all the good that we do have. And that's why I talk about practicing gratitude every single day. Every morning when I wake up, one of the first things I do when I have my whole morning routine before I work out is to be thankful and recognize the things, even the roof over my head, the fresh air I'm breathing in, the grass in my yard, my family that I have, the health that I have, the kids that I have, the gifts that I can to speak, the couch that I'm sitting on at that very moment, the AirPods in my ears that I'm listening to relaxing music, the cars that I can drive, the food in my refrigerator, the air conditioning that I have, or the heat that I have. There's so much to be grateful for. Our mindset, so often people go around, constantly in a stressed out state of mind, thinking the world is a miserable, horrible place. But you know what, my friends? You are one decision away. Back to my point. You are one decision away from flipping the script and changing the channel in your head and to start looking at the world and through a better place, to start looking at the world of opportunity, to stop looking at all the negative and find the abundance and find gratitude in what you have, because you can't be grateful and angry at the same time. And mindset, when it comes to how you handle fear, how you handle adversity, how you handle comparison, how you handle when life knocks you down, it's a choice. And you know what? Today, right now, after you finish listening to this, you're one decision away from changing. So stop continuing down the rabbit hole of negativity or, stress all the time, and start doing the things that will help you be in a better place mentally, because you can't pour from an empty cup and you can't burn the candle at both ends. So you know what? You need to start taking care of your mindset. You need to start seeing things differently. And I know this. You're one decision away from making that change. And the last thing I always speak on is sense of urgency. That's not procrastinating. And can I tell you, over the last year, I take a survey. I take a real-time survey when I speak on stage in front of people, and I ask them out of the three things, vision, mindset, urgency, and urgency is simply not procrastinating, what is the thing you struggle with most? And I can tell you right now, the number one underlying thing has been procrastination. And that didn't matter whether it was at a real estate event, an engineering event, healthcare, law enforcement. I mean, I've spoken at an array of different types of events, and it's all been procrastination. And then when I get some feedback and people write things and fill out things that they're actually procrastinating on, and the reason why, it's fear. It's fear. And you know what? Up until this point, you survived every problem you faced, everything you've been, because you're still here. And I like to say fear is false evidence appearing real, and to not let other people's opinions of you become your reality, because people are instinctively selfish, worried about their own issues and problems, as we all are, and we get caught up worrying about what somebody may have said on a social media post. But you know what? You're one decision away from not procrastinating in whatever it is you want. You want to take care of your health better? You're one decision away from today starting exercising and maybe eating a little better, or pushing that fast food away, or not drinking that soda, or pushing away or not having that dessert. You are one decision away from not procrastinating and finally starting that side business. You are one decision away from not procrastinating, and it could be anything. Fill in the blank. What is the thing that you need to be doing right now that you're wasting so much time? I heard Mel Robbins talk about it. I love it. She said so many people live in the gap of hesitation between, I know I should be doing this, and taking action, and in between the thought and taking action is this gap of hesitation. That's where people live. I like to call it the procrastination. It's lack of sense of urgency. I like to say you live with a sense of urgency. It's the lack of sense of urgency, and you're there. But you know what? One decision away from moving into taking action zone. That's it. And if every day you wake up and anything you need to do, don't worry about tomorrow, the next day. Just say, one decision away. I'm one decision away. Hashtag one decision away to move forward. So guys, that to me was an epiphany, one decision away, because I think it applies in anything in your life when it comes to improving. It has been something that I've been living by, not even realizing that I was doing it one decision at a time, and realizing I was always one decision away from the next thing. But for you, take this, hashtag it, tag me in your stuff, one decision away. I believe it's going to create a movement. It's in its infancy. It's just starting out. Let's get on the train and let's get people to realize one decision away. I don't know where it's going to take me. My wife's already you should make hats. You should make apparel. I'm like, listen, one decision at a time. I need to update my presentations. I need to get the phrase trademark. I had to update my logo. I need to wrap my brain around how I'm going to change, how I'm going to improve my keynotes. One decision, but I'm not stopping. I have the vision, right? Number one, you need to have a vision. Number two, I have the mindset to find the good and handle things and handle this growth phase. Because when you're going through a growth phase, you tend to maybe get anxiety. You tend to feel overwhelmed. There's so much to do, but that's the growing phase. You need to embrace that, stay in the fire. And number three is I need to not procrastinate, leave with a sense of urgency. One decision at a time, one decision at a time, one decision at a time, and recognize for the future, I'm always one decision away. One decision away. So, my friends, that's my message for you guys today. One decision away. The philosophy that I've lived by, I'm going to continue to live by, and that you can live by starting right now. So please, if this podcast episode was of value to you, please take the link, share it with a friend, share it with your spouse, share it with your coworkers. It's to help you improve your life. It's to help your coworkers, your family improve their life. My goodness, the world would be a better place if we focused on all the good and everybody just focused on being good human beings and trying to be a better version of themselves today than they were yesterday. If we all did that, wow, we would be in a much different place. So guys, thank you for listening. Happy June 2024. I love all of you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Personal Perseverance Project. My goal every single day is to help people live up to their fullest potential. So please share this episode, subscribe to my channel, and maybe even leave a review. Be sure to connect and follow me on all my social media channels. And if you would like more information about me potentially being a keynote speaker at your event, or maybe you want to work with me one-on-one as your private coach, be sure to go to my website at davidatkins.com for more information. Thank you.